This is Brian, and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Gearing up for another full session of Blitzball here. If it goes the way it did last time, I should be able to get 3 matches in here, but we're starting league play now, so we're not going to be able to get through a whole league. That's for sure. I see top scorer prize is a rename card. Not something I'm really too worried about. But the reels for Waka, I want those, even though I won't ever use them probably. Generally, after I get the attack reels, that's the only one I'm ever going to use. Alright, so we're going to start out with the Ronso Fangs. I didn't get to see them in the tournament, so we haven't played against them yet. Shouldn't be too hard, though. Now, I do want to set my positions properly here. Defenders, I don't think it really matters too much which one goes where. Yeah, 14 catch for Jamal, so a lot better as a goalie, at least at low level here, than Keepa was. And since we're starting out, most of us aren't high enough level to have techniques yet. Rop is. Since we're gonna play through a whole league, I suppose I'll set some marks. I know sometimes even if it says you can gain them, you might not be a high enough level to get them, so just because I'm setting them doesn't mean I'll be able to get them. These guys do have rather high endurance and attack, I think, pretty much all of them. And a couple of them have decent shot, but they're so slow that they're not really a problem usually. But yeah, with that endurance, he can just break through all of my players here. But he doesn't have enough shot to really concern me in that regard, but who's he going to pass it to? Well, between those two, they had enough to take it away from him. And that's right, since we reset data, it does automatically put you on auto movement again, which I hate that it does that. But you just have to remember to switch it once. Even he's outrunning the Ronso here. So hopefully Titus gets far enough away, gets in there, and he can shoot it without using any special abilities. Yeah, only 1 point difference. We'll see. Man, I didn't get the tech copy there either. Got the goal though. Tech copies, all you gotta do is hit the X button. I think it's X when it says tech copy on the screen. And that's how you learn your marks. Need to get these guys some attack built up. At least Brother becomes pretty decent. And we saw in just the tournament I was able to get him up to level 10, so in a league, I would imagine we'll get better than that by quite a bit. Let's just distance himself enough so that they're not gonna confront me when I try to pass it here. Wedge actually has more shot to start out here. So let's go ahead and let him get a goal. Shouldn't be an issue here. Okay, Jamal's level is too low to learn that. Yeah, this is one of the... I would say this is one of the better side quests in all Final Fantasy games. As far as being really in-depth and having a lot of material available. And actually playing pretty well. Not being too tedious or monotonous. It can kind of get that way if you go too far with it, but... yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty good overall for side quests. Another one that would stand out to me that is comparable is the Chocobo Hot and Cold stuff in Final Fantasy IX. I thought that was pretty good. I like that one. Well, I know you're not going to be able to shoot anyway, so yeah, pass it back out to somebody else. Yeah, this game is in depth to the point that I feel like they almost could have made their own game out of it. Just do a Final Fantasy Blitzball. Alright, this guy's only got 9 for shoot. We should be able to block it. And that gives Jamal some experience to level up. Yeah, Xylots doesn't have that much pass here either, so not going to be able to go too far with it. But Wedge is right in front of him, so let's just give it to him. I don't know if I'd have enough to even make it to Tidus. I think 5 would make that distance, but I'll go with the sure thing here. And we'll just let Wedge get another shot in. Because honestly, I don't really care who would end up having more goals. I don't know why I tried the tech copy again there. It's just kind of instinctual, I guess, or habit. That when it says it to hit the button. I guess one thing I do want to make sure is I want to make sure I get Tidus leveled up enough to the point where he can use the spear shot or the Jex shot by the time we face the Al Bhed. Because I don't know if Wedge will have enough shoot to be able to get it past Nimruk. Unless I get some kind of a shot ability for him. He might already know some, I just don't have the slots to use him yet, so I'll have to check that out. I don't remember offhand. Rop is my defensive beast here so far. Him and Xylots are like a steel curtain. Alright, Tidus gets slots. And his shot goes up. Pass and endurance. Well, at least attack and block are up. That's okay for Wedge. No more shot, but we'll take it. Rob, better passing. Yeah. His pass was already pretty good to the point that I don't really care too much. I guess in a situation where he has to break to somebody, maybe that'll help. And Jamal just gains HP. It goes with Sphere Shot. I'll probably just leave that against these guys. It won't matter because we can gain quite a bit of distance to the point that they're not really gonna have a chance to block him anyway. I don't think, so I won't have to worry about having defenders on him when he shoots. Hopefully. Didn't get too much action for Brother last time in the first half, but let's see. I do want to get more action for Titus to level him up. So I'll try to let him score most of the goals this half instead of Wedge. I mean, even Brother would be able to run it in and score here against this guy, so... That's pretty close for attack and endurance. I don't know for sure if I'll be able to get it through. But we'll go for it. Oh yeah. Another thing they did a pretty good job with in this is the background music isn't too annoying. And you just listen to it over and over. If it would have been a bad track, it could have really ruined the game. Let's go, Rob. Now, yeah, he's not gonna block that. So there's a chance. Yeah, no, we should be able to block that. You might get hit with status. No, good to go. Let's lure Titus's defender out here a little bit. Those other two are pretty close in there too. I was trying to hit the button fast enough that he could just shoot it from farther away with the Sphere Shot and still be good, but... And I don't even have enough HP to use the Sphere Shot anymore, I guess, so... This should not probably be going in. I think he still gets experience for a shot on goal, though. Or any action, for that matter. No, I wasn't even paying enough attention there. We got the ball back. I think I can get it to Brother. That 3-pass for Wedge is not very good, but it only took one to get there. And only one on Titus. Oh. I don't know why I was thinking that I had to move it to shoot to pass. Oh well. Need to pay more attention. Not like the outcome's really in doubt. And we should be able to block this. Alright, successfully lured him out here. Yeah, still got a minute left. Should be plenty of time for Titus to get another goal. Let's just go right on up in there. And hopefully it goes in. Yeah. I knew there wasn't that much of a difference, so there was a chance he could miss it, but always hope for the best. Yeah, he might be able to take that. Ah. What a crappy tackle, Titus. And brother's got this. I think even just getting it to Titus again will count as something for him to get experience if it gets there in time. Nope. So I don't think that counts. It'll count as an action for brother for throwing it. And brother got a slot open. Yeah, I didn't do very well the second half as far as getting people built up. Lapa and Guiraguado got ahead of us for a little goal scored. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the Guado Glories. Of course, the Albet Sykes, though. We'll keep going. And we got the Albet. We have the Albet already here now. It should be low scoring at least, though, because I don't think they will probably have that great of a chance of scoring on Jamal either. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll go with the weather shot for him, just in case I need to rely on him to score, if Titus can't do it with the sphere shot. Okay, he can potentially learn spin ball. All right, we're gonna start off with it. Yeah, one of the problems here, though, is they are pretty fast, too. Although brother's out swimming this first one here. I'll probably have to do at least one break here. Yeah, let both of them in there. Damn it. I'm not going to do the sphere shot because I don't know if he's even going to be able to evade the tackle here. Okay. And that 12 block would have put a significant dent in my... Well, go figure. It looked like a horrible situation to be in there. And of course then he goes ahead and scores. And next time I get an advantage of like 10 points, we'll probably miss it. Here's another chance, Titus. Once again, a 2 on 2 to 3, and he only gets 1 out of it. Yeah, I don't think so, Iger. You don't have enough shot to make that, even if you try. Yeah, there's no shot here really either. This is just about as bad as the situation with Titus's shot there. And I don't think I can get lucky twice in a row. Lappa might have enough shot to get it past Jamal, especially with a nap shot. And Wedge's level's too low. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. At least I snuck in that lucky shot though, so we're tied. And I'm still confident in our ability to keep them from scoring most of the time. Okay, I drew these guys out here quite a ways this time. So the only one would be the guy guarding Wedge might be able to catch up to me. And since Nimruk's block or catch is so high, I really want to get in here about as far as I can. Okay, +4. I think that should be enough. There we go. Should get this anyway. No, not quite. Well, you tried, brother. It's not fast enough to get any ground on him here. So he's probably gonna have to break to like 3 of them. Yeah. Maybe they'll all miss it. Didn't really think so. But we only got 30 seconds till halftime. I think we can hold them off until then. No, especially if brother takes us here. Probably should have passed it to Titus or Wedge, but I don't think Titus had enough HP to do Spear Shot again anyway, so would have been relying on my regular shot. Okay. Got a couple levels there at least, and shot did go up. And HP. Just HP for Zealots. And Jamal. Yeah, Yeah, Zealots is good for blocking stuff, but once he gets it, if there's anybody guarding him, he's not that useful. Hard to get it away from him. Does Jamal have anything he can use? No, super goalie. It cost HP 30, and it's a 60% chance to add a random number to catch. From what I remember, it basically works like the sphere shot, except it's for the goalie. Sometimes the only thing about using some of these techniques is the more you use stuff, as you play different teams, they have a chance to learn that stuff from you too. So, like even the check shot, I think if you get really deep into the game, eventually other players can potentially start using it against you. But you'd have to get really high level, because from what I remember, you can level all the way up to level 99 with your blitzball players. And that's gonna... Yeah, that's to the point where I was saying it could almost be its own game. You would have so many hours into it at that point. And even if you didn't have a mark set in the first half, sometimes it's worth checking, because they will change their techniques sometimes at halftime. I'm sure most of the people know this stuff. Most of you that are watching know all this stuff I'm saying, so I'm not trying to be too preachy about it. Just interesting stuff that I've learned that if anybody is not familiar with the game, could be fun to learn. Unimpeded up the middle for brother? Not quite. I'm actually going to try and break and dribble. And we'll try to draw these people away and let Titus or Witch get a shot in. Let's see if he can outswim them here, because he has all of them following him. Oh yeah. Let's go for a Titus goal though. Titus, go back the other way, goddammit. That is very poor defensive strategy on their part too. To just all follow brother around. And now they're panicking and swimming back towards their own goal. But it's too late. That doesn't mean I'll make it necessarily here, but we'll cross our fingers. There we go. That is part of the beauty of having brother on your team. It's just so much faster than almost everybody else in the game. Even the Albed here, which I consider to be a fairly fast team. I think the Guado are pretty fast too. Maybe they have some faster players. And I mean, the way we're introduced to the Albed in the game, kind of seems like they almost all swim. But I suppose there are some that don't, maybe. Okay. Can we get it away from him? No. Let's just try to break to both of them. I might get lucky. Huh. Not at all. Oh, great. And it went to Blappa, and he's that close to the goal now. But he's going to pass it away. One of those times the computer does some inexplicable things. Yeah, they might let Iger shoot it. He's pretty close to that. 14-14, who's going to win? Well, they do. We try the same tactic with Brother here. Or something similar. That's kind of a long pass. Could get it to Wedge and have him pass across, but yeah, let's... Titus has enough HP for another sphere shot yet. There is one defender left back there, though. Okay, well, he's taking himself out of the picture anyway. That was nice of him. Spear shot didn't go up that much, so... Okay, still got it in. And they only got about a minute left, so we should be good to go with a victory here. And from what I remember, the early on game against the Albed Sykes in the league is always going to be the toughest one. Because once we start leveling up, the next time we have to play against them, I should be good to go with the Jack shot, and my shot should be higher. And it should be going up at a faster rate than Nimruk's block is. Or, not his block, but his catch, you know? Well, can I learn the nap shot yet? Nope. Even if he scores, I don't care that much. Well, they put my goalie to sleep. I should have just kept dribbling a little farther. I thought that on the map it looked like they might have been far enough out away from Zalats, but nope. Yeah, now if they score, or if they shoot, Jamal wouldn't have been able to block it, but I should be able to dribble this out. Yeah, there we go. Victory! Victory! Alright, Zealot's got a technique slot. Titus gets more shot and more endurance, attack, and HP. Good. Brother, attack and block. It's always alright for the midfielder. He ends up in quite a few defensive situations. And only HP for Zealots again. Need to get that boy some endurance or some pass. Guerra Guado got a couple more goals. All of mine were Titus that time, though. I guess I wasn't necessarily focusing on that, but I suppose I was, because I didn't really know if Wedge would be able to score on Nimruk. And Brother, I did try once, and he wasn't able to. Yeah, the Guado Glories keep winning, though. Titus is ahead of Guerra Guado, though. I think it's Guerra. Guerra? Something like that. Let's go for another one here at least yet. Yeah, I probably only have time for one more. I'd rather not split up the games if I don't have to, since I decided to go with longer episodes for this anyway. Now, there is a tournament available, but it's not going to have a prize that I want, because the next reels won't be available until after I collect the status ones. So we'll keep going with the league. And we got Kilika next. I'm not 100% sure if I find the Ronso to be easier or the Beasts, but Kilika is one of the worst teams. course, if you play long enough in the game, eventually the teams will start recruiting other players, just kind of like I did. So yeah, if you're going to play up to like level 99 with your players, the teams aren't going to resemble anything like they are. They might end up with 5 completely different starters. It's like if I didn't have Brother, somebody could sign him, which would kind of suck. But also, like if you really want Nimric on your team for a goalie, eventually they might re-sign somebody else and let him go. There, I wanted to check his here. Does he have a pass available? Elite defense and high risk. What do those do? Find and intercept the ball carrier from further away. That sounds like a good thing for a defender. High risk lowers all stats by half, but doubles experience points. Well, I don't think that's worth it, since we're not planning on high leveling him anyway. I think elite defense sounds good, though. And that means he'll help participate in more breaks. Nope, that should be good. I think I mentioned on one of the other videos that there is a check shot, like an upgraded version of it that you can get, which will knock 3 players out of the way and it has higher shot. I think to get that, you need to learn all of Titus's key techniques. You know what? I think he should be able to make that pass without breaking to any of them. But yeah, since we have to copy techniques to learn them, there is a list on the bottom of each character's techniques that lists like 3 key techniques that they have to learn. And I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in doing that eventually it becomes like a tournament prize or something. Or maybe he needs to learn all of those before he can equip it or something like that. Do I need to use an upgraded shot? I don't think so. Nizaroot's not that great. It's about as bad as Keepa. Although I am aware that Keepa becomes one of the best goalies in the game if you actually keep him around long enough and level him up. Never done that myself personally, but I've seen videos of it. Come on, that's right. I'll follow Brother. Except for that one there. That's getting close enough. And even if I can't break, the sphere shot should go through both of them, maybe. I should be able to do that. As I said, these guys aren't very good. I get top stats though, towards the end game. One of these guys becomes one of the better players in the game. I don't remember which one. If it's Baroha there, it might be him. Good old eye patch guy. You'd think that would lead to lack of depth perception that would kind of hurt him in a game like this, but who knows? I suppose, like most things that people lack, you get used to not having it to having it, and you learn to compensate for it. Just like when somebody loses an arm or something, learn to do things with the other one only pretty well. Yeah, I don't really know what I was doing there. Wasn't gonna work out for me either way, I don't think. Its pass is pretty dang low. Let's try to break the two of them and try to get a lucky pass off. Well, great. And Titus's shot is halved. It might be time to let Brother Wedge get a few goals in here. Only got 2 minutes to halftime anyway. So in all likelihood, we'll only have time to really get one more goal in. I think I'll go to Rob here first, because Brother is still being covered there. Hopefully Wedge can put some distance between himself and the defender there. Yeah, they didn't turn around right away, so I think I'm good. Let's get right up in here again. And go up 3-0, hopefully. Yep. We got it. Well, he doesn't have enough for a shoot statistic to make it, so not too worried about them being able to score here before halftime. And that'll be fumbled. Yeah, we don't have enough time for anything anyway. There we go. Did we get any level ups? Titus is 1 point away. So is Wedge, I guess. At least Brother and Zolot's got level up. Is Zolot's gonna get anything other than HP this time? Brother had a pretty good one there. And he finally gets some pass, and his attack goes up even more. Okay, yeah, they switched a little bit there. That should be fine. I waited a little too long. I should still be okay here. Because combined they have 13. And yeah. There we go. I still want to get Titus that top score. Even if I don't care about the item, I still care about getting it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Titus has a pathetic block. Only 2. His attack isn't much better. If he wasn't good at shooting, he wouldn't be much of a player. I think I can make it there. Let's see. Okay. Well, I won't have him shooting anymore in this game, I suppose. Not that I was planning on it anyway. Yeah, I don't think you're scoring, buddy. Hopefully only one. Yeah. I better break to him, otherwise I don't think I have enough pass. Yeah, well, there was always that chance. Yeah, brother should get that, and he did. I think we got enough distance. Should have enough time to get one more goal in here. I just wish Titus hadn't followed the group over there so far. We'll just throw that in for good measure to make sure we got this. No use holding on to the HP at this point. Alright, is he going to pass it? No, he's going to try dribbling. That might run out the clock. Or else we'll have another confrontation yet. Or he's just going to try to shoot it and fail. I hope. Okay, didn't have enough time anyway. So there's our shutout. Alright, Titus and Brother both up to 6 and Zealots up to 5. Yeah, not too much action for Jamal or Wedge, so they're not really getting much. Need to make sure I do something next time with Wedge at least to get him up to level 3. Alright. More passing and blocking, endurance and shoot. That's a good one for Titus. Brother, yeah, I mean, the only thing he kind of falls behind on is attack, but everything else is so good that I'm not really going to complain too much about that. Solid's got more blocks, so he's looking like more of a powerhouse there. Just endurance and pass, I wish he had a little better. Just kind of looking at speed too. I noticed Zealots is a little slow. Yeah, but I guess 3 of our guys are only at 60. Titus is a little faster, but yeah, Brother at 75 there. Well, the Guado Glories and the Alved Sykes tied 0-0. And yeah, the Goers beat the Ronso. But yeah, look, the Luca Goers aren't that good. That's their first win. And the Ronso and the Beasts must have tied once. I wasn't paying that much attention, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. We have 2 ties already in the league. The 4 teams have a tie. And we're in first place on our own now. Easily ahead there now. Yeah, that shutout for the Guado helped us out there with Guerra Guado. And Blappa. Alright, I think I'm going to keep this to the point where we're just doing 3 games a day. It seems to work out pretty decent here. Might not be quite a full hour, but it'll be somewhere around there, depending on how the games go and how many goals I score. One other thing I want to check out here, though, before we end for today. I don't know if I have enough wins to do it yet. Probably not. But there's something at the bar where we first saw Yankee and Biron when we were here for the tournament. And Kamari got in the fight with him. Hey there, star player. Hey, you have it, right? Let me see it for a second. Use a celestial mirror? Yes. Yeah, we didn't have Wakko's weapon yet. Amazing. I can say that I'm honored to hand over the family heirloom. Yeah, a blitzball with spikes all around it. Or saw blades, kinda, it looks like. Obtained world champion. Our ancestors received the artifact from Lord High Summoner O'Holland. Please use it with care. Alright. And yeah, the reason I hadn't picked that one up yet is because it's tied in with winning a certain number of blitzball games, I think. Or maybe just participating in them, I don't remember. I usually kind of just pick it up after I've gotten some of his reels and stuff after playing blitzball anyway. Doesn't really matter. You could just wait until after you get the sigil, I suppose. I do have the crest, so we could go to Makalani and unlock part of it, but not planning on doing any fighting where it would be necessary until I'm done with blitzball anyway. So there is that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and call it there for today, though. We'll pick up here next time, and we'll get 3 more matches in on the league. And yeah, it will take 2 more full days and then another partial to finish the league off. And then I'll have another tournament, and then we'll need another league. So if you're counting for that, yeah, that's how many. That's going to be several more days of Blitzball here. So hope you're enjoying it. And if you have been enjoying it so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. And we'll catch you next time.